how safe is TikTok? Jennifer Lopez, Elizabeth Warren, and the cast of High School Musical are just some of the famous faces having a blast on the video sharing app. But are all these fun dances, challenges, and pranks as harmless as they sound?
There are serious things that we need to consider about the app.
Analyst Fergus Ryan thinks TikTok may not be what it seems.
I know I sound like the fun police. It's a great app. It's just unfortunate that it's owned and operated by a company that has the Chinese Communist Party looking over their shoulder all the time.
TikTok's parent company ByteDance is based in China and is just one of the many thriving tech companies in the country.
They're very innovative, but the Chinese government knows this, and in recent years they have taken many steps to make sure that they have ultimate control over these tech companies. And the way they do that is by ensuring that these tech companies have Chinese Communist Party committees running inside the companies, and they have oversight over what the company is doing. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're making the business decisions or making sort of granular decisions about how certain apps work. But it does mean that every time these companies are making new products, they always have the Chinese Communist Party looking over their shoulder.
ByteDance was most recently ordered to take down their new workplace messaging app, Feishu, under claims that users could access posts on Facebook and Twitter through the app. Those platforms, along with others like YouTube and Google, are banned in China.
This picturesque magnetic blue charging through the waters of Southern California like a bolt of electricity. It's created through microscopic single-celled organisms called dinoflagellates. According to scientists, they're members of the plankton family and abundant in numbers. During the day, the water will look discolored. This reddish or brownish phenomenon is known as a red tide. And at night, since it's bioluminescent, this gorgeous blue light illuminates in the waves. The reason behind this beautiful sight is actually a means of survival for these microorganisms. If a predator attempts to grab the organisms, the force of the grab activates the bioluminescence. The light is then used to scare or startle the predator. Take a look at this video posted to Twitter. You can see dolphins glowing as they swim off the coast of San Diego. As they splash into the water, you can see this bioluminescence happening in real time. Here is another group of dolphins swimming through the waters of Newport, lighting up the ocean. Researchers out of the Scripps Institute at UC San Diego say while scientists have been studying these events for some 120 years, the one happening right now is significant.
There's been at least a couple of dozen major events, and this one is pretty spectacular, that it extends from Baja California all the way up into the Los Angeles region.
And this red tide in Southern California is not the toxic type found in other parts of the world. Scientists say it's common for people to swim or even surf the wave.
Employees at this Subway sandwich shop in Los Angeles are being checked for coronavirus by a high-tech imaging system. The employees take this test 4 times a day. When they arrive, at their break, their lunch, and when they leave. They simply go up to the machine. It doesn't recognize me because I'm not an employee, but it takes their temperature and gives them an okay to begin work. In the wake of the pandemic, back-to-work gadgets like these are being installed in businesses across America.
We're taking additional precautions. This is just one piece of that larger puzzle that we're trying to solve for.
Pop ID, which makes the device, says temperatures in conjunction with other safety measures will help flatten the curve. In Palm Beach, Florida, the county court has installed 10 thermal imaging cameras that can scan 20 people at a time. Look, their temperatures are shown above their heads.
And anybody with a temperature in excess of 100.4 is not allowed to come into the courtroom.
But experts like Alex Engler warn temperatures alone will not detect whether people have the virus.
It's still just guessing about your inner body temperature based on the temperature of your face. Most of the people these tests are going to stop are going to be healthy. And it's concerning if you're only using this test, you're going to send a lot of healthy people home from work.
Like our lives have been turned upside down, you should take a look at what's happening in the world of science. There's a new study out there that has researchers investigating if the universe had a north and a south, potentially upending everything that we thought that we knew about the cosmos. Trust me.
A quasar that's 13 billion light years away could potentially change the way we look at the universe. Published in Science Advances, researchers report that 4 new measurements of light emitted from the quasar reaffirm past analyses that dispute our standard model of cosmology. Evidence was gathered from the ELT, or Extremely Large Telescope, in Chile, and the information is being examined at the University of New South Wales in Australia. The findings have scientists questioning a perfect balance between fundamental forces, throwing a monkey wrench into the work of those trying to prove the theory of everything, which could explain every aspect of physics. The standard belief is that electromagnetism is one of 4 fundamental forces that knit everything together in the universe, alongside gravity, weak nuclear force, and strong nuclear force. This model is built upon Einstein's theory of gravity, which explicitly assumes constancy of the laws of nature. However, the new evidence suggests that a fundamental physical constant used to measure electromagnetism between charged particles may not be constant at all. Tiny variations could have massive implications on how we view the universe around us. The data also shows that the universe may have had a north and south, signaling that there may be directionality in the universe, which in turn means that the laws of physics could change as you travel through the universe. According to astrophysicist John Webb from Australia's University of New South Wales, putting all the data together, electromagnetism seems to gradually increase the further we look, while towards the opposite direction, it gradually decreases. In Webb's words, this is all very weird indeed. Currently, our standard model of cosmology is based on an isotropic universe, meaning one which is the same in all directions. The new research could potentially throw that way of thinking out the window, and along with it, Einstein's theory of gravity. If these findings are confirmed, they could help play an important part in explaining the universe itself and life's place in the bigger scheme of things.
Scientists have a mystery on their hands. Signals from outer space are being detected. But what's causing the unusual sounds, and where exactly are they coming from? TV 1055's Vanessa Murdoch has more.
In a galaxy far, far away, we're talking 500 million light years away, something big is happening, and scientists on Earth can detect it.
You sort of think about E.T. and stuff like that.
I can't think of a mystery that we've had this enticing in a long time.
Tim Paglione, a professor of physics and astronomy at CUNY York College, confirms a recent journal article that hones in on fast radio bursts, or RFBs, is causing a lot of buzz.
What we see observationally is there is a bright, very short burst, like milliseconds burst of radio emission from someplace, from something.
Paglione pinpoints their origin. In this case,
it's in this spiral arm, and that's the localized spot of the FRB.
What's most exciting about this signal from outer space is that it repeats itself every 16 days.
They used to be a one-off. There'd just be this burst and then you'd never see it again. And so that made it even more mysterious.
Scientists wondered if what they witnessed was even real, but picking up on the pattern changes that.
They were real, we could determine a lot better where they were.
And help eliminate ideas about their origin.
There's alien spacecraft out there and they kick on the afterburners. Is that what we're seeing?
Paglione says the most likely culprit, a magnetar. It's what's left after a massive star explodes and collapses in on itself.
You've gone from something about 10 times bigger than the sun, which is already 100 times bigger than the Earth, and compressed it down to the size of Queens.
And it could be the reason for those repeated radio signals from outer space.
With so many people staying at home, folks have a lot of time on their hands, and that has prompted some to come up with some kind of absurd theories about the current pandemic. Les Trent clues you in on some of the more interesting ones.
Bill Gates, the world's second wealthiest man, is the target of wild screwball conspiracy theories claiming he engineered COVID-19. The conspiracy theory stems from this TED Talk that the co-founder of Microsoft gave 5 years ago, warning of a global pandemic.
You can have a virus where people feel well enough while they're infectious that they get on a plane or they go to a market.
He sure seemed to nail it, but the way President Trump's one-time political consultant Roger Stone sees it, it's evidence of a possible conspiracy.
He and other globalists are definitely using it in a drive for mandatory vaccinations and microchipping people so we can tell, quote unquote, whether you've been tested. You know what I say? Over my dead body.
But perhaps the strangest theory that many people are buying into is the false belief that 5G, the latest super fast wireless technology, is somehow transmitting the virus via radio waves from 5G cell towers like these. Authorities say an anti-5G extremist set fire to a 5G tower in the Netherlands. Watch as he dumps a can of gasoline and sets the tower ablaze. Actor Woody Harrelson recently sent this post to his 2 million Instagram followers. A lot of my friends have been talking about the negative effects of 5G. He has since deleted the post.
How big a problem is managing pandemic misinformation for you scientists?
It's a massive distraction. The biggest threat to our management of this pandemic right now is misinformation. It's fear-mongering.